It was the second Tuesday of November 2019. I had rented a small A-frame cabin deep in the Appalachian Mountains for a week. After months of 80-hour work weeks, I wanted complete isolation. No traffic, no emails, no people, just silence. When I arrived, there was one thing that immediately bothered me. About 50 yards behind the cabin, where the dead grass ended and the woods began, stood a 10-foot chain link fence. It didn't surround the property, it didn't connect to anything. It simply stretched through the trees like a barrier. In the center was an iron gate secured with a thick steel chain and a massive padlock. The lock was on my side. I remember standing there with my bags staring at it. You don't put a lock on the inside of a barrier unless you are trying to keep something from coming in. I laughed it off and went inside. The first night was normal. The second night was not. Just after sunset, I stepped onto the back porch to throw away some coffee grounds. That's when I noticed something strange. The woods were silent, too silent. No wind, no insects, no distant animals, nothing. The air felt heavy, almost pressurized. To test it, I dropped the metal lid of the trash can. The clatter was loud enough to hurt my ears, but the sound vanished instantly. No echo, no fading. It was as if the forest swallowed it whole. A chill ran through me. Without thinking, I muttered to myself, "Forgot to buy sugar." Then I turned toward the cabin. From the darkness beyond the fence, a voice answered, "Forgot to buy sugar." I froze. The voice sounded exactly like mine. Same pitch, same cadence, same accent, but there was something wrong with it. It sounded artificial, like a recording being played through a damaged speaker. I stared into the darkness. Nothing moved, nothing made another sound. I went back inside and convinced myself I was exhausted. Around 8 o'clock, the wind picked up. I was sitting in the living room watching television when I suddenly felt cold air around my feet. At first, I thought the heater had shut off. Then I smelled something. Rotting apples, wet metal, a sour smell that made my stomach turn. I followed the draft toward the back of the cabin. The curtain covering the sliding glass door was moving slightly. My heart sank. I pulled the curtain aside. The door was open, wide open. Cold night air poured inside. I just stood there staring. I knew I had locked that door. I had not gone near it all evening. Something had opened the door while I sat less than 20 feet away, and I hadn't heard a thing. I slammed the glass door shut and locked it. For the first time that night, I felt genuine fear. I grabbed the cast iron fire poker in beside the fireplace and sat in the hallway where I could see both exits. That's when the knocking started. 3 slow taps. Knock, knock, knock. The sound came from the front door. I waited. A woman's voice spoke from outside. Friendly, professional, completely normal. "Ranger service, we saw your light. There is a severe weather advisory. We need to check your emergency radio." Relief washed over me. For a moment, everything seemed explainable. Maybe someone had opened the back door. Maybe I had forgotten to lock it. Maybe I was overreacting. I stood up and started toward the entrance. Then the voice spoke again. "We saw your light. There is a severe weather advisory. We need to check your emergency radio." I stopped. Every word ran together. No pauses, no breaths, no natural rhythm, just a perfect stream of sound, like an audio recording replaying itself. We saw your light. There is a severe weather advisory. We need to check your emergency radio. My blood ran cold. Whatever was outside was not a ranger. Then I heard something else, a heavy shifting noise, like something enormous adjusting its weight on the porch. The wooden boards groaned beneath it. I backed away from the door. The voice repeated the same sentence again, exactly the same, not almost the same, exactly. Every syllable matched. I locked myself in the bathroom with a fire poker. For the next several hours, I sat in the bathtub trying to explain what was happening. Maybe it was a prank, maybe I was hallucinating, maybe I was having some kind of breakdown. I desperately wanted one of those explanations to be true, because the alternative meant something was standing outside my cabin pretending to be human. The knocking continued for hours. Always the same three polite taps, always followed by that voice. Then, at exactly 3:14 in the morning, everything stopped. No knocking, no voice, nothing. For several minutes, I sat in complete silence. Then I heard something moving away from the cabin. Heavy footsteps, slow, deliberate, heading toward the back of the property, toward the fence. I didn't leave the bathroom until sunrise. I didn't pack my things. I didn't even make coffee. I grabbed my keys and wallet and walked straight to my car. As I backed down the gravel driveway, I looked toward the fence one last time. The gate stood open. The steel chain hung in two twisted pieces. The padlock was gone. I left without looking back. I never returned. A deputy later recovered my belongings from the cabin. No tracks were found. No signs of forced entry. No explanation. Over time, I convinced myself I had survived some bizarre combination of stress and paranoia. Eventually, I moved to Chicago, a crowded high rise, the complete opposite of those mountains. I thought distance would make me forget. It didn't. I can't sleep in complete silence anymore. Every night I keep a television on, or a fan running, or some kind of background noise. For months I told myself it was just a habit. Then one night, 3 months after moving into my apartment, a storm knocked out power across the city. Everything went dark. Everything went silent. No television, no traffic, no air conditioner, nothing. I lay awake in bed listening to my own breathing. Slow, steady, in, out, in, out. Then I realized I was not the only one breathing. There was another breath coming from somewhere in the corner of my bedroom. Slow, steady, matching mine. I stared into the darkness without moving. The sound continued for almost a minute. Then I held my breath. The other breathing stopped too. If you heard your own voice repeating your words from the wood at night, would you investigate or lock yourself inside? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy stories like this, consider subscribing.